Oh, diffusing belief, abundance, and gratitude. That's awesome.
It's a good November blend.
That is a great November blend. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm Rhonda Favano, Frank Favano. We want to have a discussion with you guys today about building strong, healthy relationships. Because how many of you know that relationships are the backbone, the foundation of a successful Young Living business? All of us, right? We all know that. If we don't, we should, and we will after today. So sometimes people make this really kind of hinky. They make it hard, and it sounds really intimidating, because I don't know if any of you, like me, are an introvert, but I'm very, very much an introvert. So I'm that person. I love to just kind of slip in and go sit at the back of the room and observe. If no one notices I'm there, that's fine. It's very comfortable. Frank, on the other hand,
I just won't go.
He just walks in and it's like, here I am, enjoy my presence, you know. And he just talks and never knew a stranger in his entire life. So I wish I could have just a little bit of that, where when I do walk into a room of people that I don't know, I didn't feel intimidated or uncomfortable or want to shrink back in the corner.
So let me tell you about the night that Rhonda met me. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think I talked to him.
I don't know if you did either. I probably talked to you.
He probably did, and I probably just stood there and looked at him. Yeah. So anyway, I want to really break this down. I want us to talk about what this looks like. So first of all, what I want you to do is forget about that we're going to talk about a Young Living business, anything to do with that. Okay. So what we're going to talk about right now is friends and friendships. So we all have friends. That means we all have relationships with people. We have family. So we have relationships with our family members, right? So when you think about a friend, what comes to your mind? What is a friend to you? So this is the interactive part, you guys.
Someone I can hang out with, and they're not going to be real judgmental about what I say or do.
Okay, good. Somebody you can hang out with. There's no judgment, right? You can just be yourself.
Yeah.
Somebody
else,
that you
guys?
can trust, someone you can trust and confide in.
Trust and confide in. Great.
Someone who supports you no matter what you're going to do.
They support you unconditionally. Okay, these are good.
You're knocking them right off the list.
What else do you think of?
How about someone you have fun with?
Great. Yes. Somebody that we have fun with.
Oh, yay. Okay, good.
Anybody else
Somebody that you can share your everyday life with.
that you just share life with?
Yeah.
That's like the best, right? You share the highs and the lows, the good, the bad, all of it. Common interests and goals. Absolutely.
I go to my friends for advice.
Advice. Oh, what a novel idea. So you have things in common? Like there's some kind of, you may be total opposites, but you still have some common ground, right? They care about us. We care about them. Two-way street, right? How many of you make recommendations to your friends?
Everybody got an Instapot.
I think we all do.
I did.
Right? How many of you, and Becky said, we ask for advice or we ask for recommendations. You know, hey, what do you do about XYZ? Or what is your favorite ABC, right? We ask those kinds of questions all the time. And what do we want to know? What our friends have done, what our friends use, where our friends shop, that they like. Why do we want to ask our friends those questions?
We trust them.
We trust them.
Mhm.
And it makes better use of our time. Like we're not out paving the way. We're wondering what they've done and what they found out. So we don't
Right.
have to do all the
We
research.
don't have to go
and
do all
that.
the research and the
Yeah.
legwork, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's busy. Everybody's got a lot of stuff on their plate. How many of you have those friends that just, they pull out the best in you? Like they kind of push you out of your comfort zone and they help you to be a better version of you. Anybody have a friend like that?
Oh, yeah.
And you go, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, I don't know. And they go, yes, you can, Rhonda. You can do it. Just do it. He does do that.
Friends are low maintenance and no expectation. They don't expect anything from you, but they know they can call you, right?
So basically, we're treating them like we want to be treated and vice versa. So there's nothing. Are any of you afraid of your friends or afraid to make new friends?
Afraid of what they're going to think if you do something dumb.
Not really.
Right?
Me neither.
Okay, so my next question to you guys is, how do you make a friend?
Be a friend, Rhonda.
Oh, okay. How else? What do you do to make friends?
Show interest in the person.
Okay, and how would you do that? Give me an example, Michelle.
Show an interest in something that they like and try to join in.
Okay,
Activity.
okay,
Awesome.
that's a good one.
Ask them about themselves. You know, what do you do? What are you interested in? How many kids do you have? What are your kids doing today? But yeah, asking about them.
That's great.
Sounds familiar.
Good questions, Becky. What else do we do to make friends?
I guess you have to strike up a conversation to start.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if we're at, let's say we're at some kind of function, some kind of event, some kind of gathering where there are new people that we don't know. So if we go in there like I used to, and we do slide in that back corner and we just kind of stand there and we don't look up at anyone and we don't make eye contact. I don't know, you guys have probably never done that. But like, it was like, don't look at them, Rhonda, don't look at them, baby, they won't see you. That's kind of, you know what I mean? And that probably sounds really
Like a
funny, but
rabbit.
yeah, like the little bunny rabbits, it's like, I'm going to close my eyes or I'm going to sit right here in this grass and you can't see me. Well, it sounds really silly when you say it, but that's the way I used to live. So my body language would have said to you, don't come over and talk to me, right? How many of us have been at some kind of social something, and we look across the room and we make eye contact with someone we don't know and they smile at us? Then do we feel like we could approach them?
Yeah.
We feel like we could walk up and say, hi, I'm Rhonda, blah, 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 and just start asking them some of the questions like what Becky was talking about. But if I'm not making eye contact, if I'm slumped down, if I'm sitting like this, if I'm doing all these things, nobody's going to come over because my body language says, stay back, don't come talk to me. So are we going through our life looking up and being open, or are we doing this to people?
Close.
Being closed. Even in the grocery store, when we're standing in line somewhere, at the bank or wherever that might be.
Probably don't bank. All the old people bank now.
Oh, old people bank. Frank just told me we're the only people who go to the bank. But wherever you go, are you open? That's the question. And what is your body language saying? So, that's something that I never thought about, but we need to begin to think about those kinds of things. Where would we look for friends? If we wanted to, on purpose, let's say we moved to a new area and we've left all of our old friends and we're now in a new state or a new city. What do we do to make friends?
Church.
Church,
Grocery store.
grocery store. How do you make friends in the grocery store?
Hey, which one of these do you like the best? Same thing. Ask for advice.
Ask for advice. Oh, good idea. Join activities, church, school functions. What else? Where else can we look for friends?
Reach out to the neighbors for sure.
To the neighbors.
Water hole.
The watering hole.
Oh, there's one in every crowd. What about volunteering? Maybe
yeah.
in a soup kitchen, maybe at your child's school, like at the
Library.
library, all different, wherever, whatever your interest is. What if we have children, maybe we go to the playground, right? And we strike up conversations with other moms
The jump zone,
or the jump zone, wherever we're going.
whatever it's called.
I'm a grandmother now, and that was hard for me until that happened. Between being a mom and being a grandma, that empty nest time, it was hard for me to do that on my own. But if I take the kids with me, I'm definitely more open to talk to people. It really helps.
So we all need a kid.
Right,
That's
borrow
Becky's
one if
saying.
you have to. Rent a child.
Or a cute puppy.
There you go,
Yes,
cute puppy.
yes, a puppy. But I used to tease that I rented grandchildren from my friends' kids. So I would have someone to go with me to the store.
Okay. But there really, you guys, there are a lot of things that we could do. There are a lot of places, but we have to be intentional. And one of the things is that Joy Ballard told me about, a while back is, let me just do something here. to
Our
help
connection's
internet.
unstable.
Yeah, let me see if I can help that. Just a second.
Why?
I don't know. Okay, we'll see if we can get a better connection here.
Can't go more stable now.
Yeah. So, but even online, you can Google something called meetups. And meetups are, and you can go by all different like categories, so to speak. So it would be if you love to hike, you can search for groups in your area of hikers. If you like to scrapbook, you can look for scrapbookers.
Bikers.
Anything, like literally people that love to travel, like whatever your hobbies are, whatever your interests are, you can find these meetups, and they will literally have meetups, like social events at different places and times and things like that. So it's not that you're meeting anybody one-on-one. It's a group of like-minded people. So the truth of the matter is, if we really intentionally want to meet new people, we can. But as Becky was saying, sometimes it's a little intimidating, and we just have to think of ways to get outside our comfort zone. So if we don't have a new puppy, or we don't have a child or a grandchild or whatever to take along with us to start up a conversation, then we just have to begin to do that on our own. And maybe we strike up as a grandma, maybe we strike up a conversation with someone else that does have children with them, or whether from a grandma's perspective or a mom's perspective. The truth of the matter is, if we really look for ways to connect with people, we can connect with people every single day and not make it weird.
Well,
That's-
and make it about making a connection and meeting people and having fun and making friends, not about who can I get in the Young Living business,
Right.
who needs an oil.
And so if that's our first thought, we're going to develop new, strong, healthy relationships with people. And then the Young Living part can come a little bit later, because what do we do with friends? All of you guys agree. We ask them for advice. We make recommendations to them. We share daily life with them. So that makes it easy. It doesn't make it weird. And another thing that you can do if you're out and about somewhere, and I'm not talking about being disingenuous, but literally, like, I look for things with people to compliment them on. Right? I love those earrings. I love your shirt. Oh, your haircut is so cute, or whatever that might be.
Don't just make it up.
No, be genuine. I mean, things that you believe. Don't, yeah, people will read you if you just start being, disingenuine, but actually look for things to connect you with them. Look for things, look at the way they're dressed. And if they've got a beautiful scarf on and you love scarves, then talk to them about scarves. If they've got some kind of funky looking earrings and you like funky earrings, talk to them about their earrings. Oh, where did you get those? You know what I'm saying? Like, find things that you would have maybe in common. We trust our friends, so trust leads to influence. So as we build these relationships, we're building our sphere of influence. And Frank and I talk all the time about expanding the sphere of influence that we have. And really and truly, that's easy to do by just being yourself and being intentional about bringing value to people. So what that doesn't mean is we don't beat people up over the head about Young Living.
You know, what it means is you have to be a good listener, an observer, and then when you have an opportunity to influence them, to help them, not for you, but when they have a child that has an issue that you think you can help them with, help them. If they ask you to help them move, don't help them. No. But look for your opportunities in between the friendship. That's all. Not again, like Ron said, don't beat them over the head or pound them. You know, I'll invite you to a class next time we talk about it. I knew you were having an issue with this or happened to you, or concrete emotions. It might help you with that problem you're talking about.
So can everyone see how simple that is? Like, really? Can you see that you can do that? Do you feel like you can just go make friends? And sometimes we hit it off with people and it's like, oh my gosh, we just resonate with them and it's really easy. And other times it may take a little while. But that's okay. That's totally okay. And what do we want to do with our friends? Don't we all want to bring value to them? So they know that. They know whether you are friending them because you want something from them or because you value them. We all know that, right? We've all had those people that we felt like they just wanted something from us, right? Right? And it feels kind of icky. But we also have those people in our lives that we know they truly value us. That's the relationship that we're looking for, you guys. And we're going to continue to build relationships, hopefully for our entire lives, right? So my question to you at this point is, as we're building relationships throughout our life, how is this different from building relationships with people that are in your Young Living organization? How does it differ? Heather, good for you. You make new friends everywhere you go. Good for you.
Can you ask the question again?
I said, how does it differ from us building these relationships and making new friends, differ from taking our Young Living team, the people that have connected with us in Young Living, and building relationships with them? How's it different?
Because as you grow, you're not going to know half the people, 3/4 of the people, 90% of the people.
And Heather's saying we already have Young Living in common, so there's a common ground right there. But how else is it different? Or is it different?
I kind of feel it would be the same. Like you're learning about their needs, you're connecting to your common ground, you're learning how to love them and what they need, you're filling in their gaps and building bridges for them the same way as you are your new people.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we make it like it's hard. We make it into some kind of, ooh, I don't know. And okay, and Heather's saying could feel salesy to some if we only reach out for Young Living. Absolutely. So if we treat these relationships in Young Living the same way we treat the relationships that we have outside of Young Living or before Young Living,
Don't feel salesy.
we have that foundation. So how easy is that, you guys?
Easy peasy, man.
Isn't it? We make it big up here in our head, and it's not. It is not. So let's talk about now some things that we can do. So we've got some Young Living people, team members. Hopefully we've got, some of those are our friends and our family already, right?
Yeah.
But some of them we've met along the way. So what can we do with all of them, aside from our family who we probably see and talk to a lot anyway, but what can we do then as a friend to the people in our Young Living team to continue to foster those strong relationships?
Just reach out to them. Let them know you're thinking about them. Ask them how they're doing, what they've been up to. You're just still going back to their life, what's going on in their life. And then share maybe, potentially going through the same thing, connect with them on wherever they are in their life.
So
Still connections.
it's still connection. And would all those connections be about Young Living?
No. That's just like a complimentary thing.
Right? So,
Supplementary thing, whatever.
right. And sometimes it's going to be, but if we have built that relationship and we know that their child has been sick and we just check in and go, hey, Sarah, how's your little girl doing? Is she feeling better this week? And that's it.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, I knew that she was sick. Is she better? Not a thing about anything else. Now, if Sarah asks me a question, well, I tried blah, 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 blah. Any other ideas because she's better, but she's not all the way better, then yeah, I could do that. But only if Sarah asks me that.
Yeah.
Can anybody feel like they can't do that? It's just easy.
You're just loving people.
It's just pushing the easy button, you guys. So what are some other ways? So we talked about, we could just reach out and say, hey, how's your week going? What's happening? What are some other things that we can do to let these people know that we appreciate them, that we are there, they're part of our community? Someone wrote something. Let me read what they said. Meanwhile, I saw this in another group. Go through your Facebook friends list. Start with A on the first, B on the second, and etc. And comment on their posts. That way, by the end of the month, you connect with most of your friends. Oh, interesting. That's not a bad idea because I don't know about you guys, but social media sometimes overwhelms me. There's like so much.
Same.
Well, and that's the thing. Social media, social media friends are a little different than in-person friends, right? But social media friends, if you like their stuff, they're going to like your stuff. And that is going to form a relationship. Instead of just liking it, if you comment on it, it makes them feel a little more valued than if you just push the one button. Or even if you love it because it's an extra, hold it down and slide over, And maybe people know that, even if it's subconscious. So don't be afraid. If you're going to say happy birthday, I'll normally send people a message, happy birthday, as opposed to writing on their wall. Because it's just easier to write on their wall because it pops up and you just type it in. So I feel I'll take the little extra step and write them a personal happy birthday note or whatever. So, but yeah, that's a great thing. Like, getting where you're liking a lot of people things, they like your stuff.
Okay, someone else said they have sent a text to people asking how I can pray for them. So many people opened up and shared parts of their lives. Connection. Making a connection. Then I continue to follow up and check in on their prayer request. So that's a good idea. What else do you guys do? And if you can't think of, if you're not doing that right now, which is okay, what would you like somebody to do for you?
I like snail mail. I send snail mail all the time. I think it's fun when you're 3 and you get snail mail, and I enjoy it. As a 33-year-old, I'm still liking the snail mail, so I do that.
Okay, so Sarah, just an example, if you don't mind, if you send out snail mail, what kind of things might you send, or what kind of things would you enjoy receiving that would be related with your Young Living group?
Same thing as a text. I'm more of like a tangible learner, or like a experiencer, I guess. I like to have things in hand. So basically anything I would send in a text, like, hi, just thinking about you. Hope everything is going good your way. Wish you all the best. Love from Thirsty is typically what I do. Or if it's somebody that just joined my team, I'm thanking them for seeing value in Young Living, value in me, value in us, and that I'm excited for them. Basically, it's just compliment and just letting them know that they're on my mind. It's just
Good.
simple, but it's like it's a little extra than just picking up your phone and shooting a text. And to me, it's more enjoyable because I put more effort in it.
So it makes you feel more valued.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I might be in a store and see a card that is just funny or something and reminds me of someone that I know or that I've met. And I'll just, quick get it and mail it on my way home. Just, hey, this made me think of you. And they get it. They might get it 5 days later, but they get the smile out of it too.
And they can pick it up and read it more than once. And we don't
Yeah.
usually read our text too many times, do we?
Yeah.
Most people read their text once.
Or they can set it somewhere and go, oh, yeah, that reminds me. Becky was thinking about me.
And it feels really good for like if somebody on my team sends mail or something, like I'll put it on like around my office so I can see. And it just reminds you like on your slow days when you feel like you are pushing everything uphill and nothing's really happening, you're like, oh, well, this is my why. My people, they value me and I value them. And this is why we just keep the hustle.
Good
Just
point.
a reminder.
That is a good reminder. Okay, Heather said, I love it when someone calls or texts and says, I was thinking about you today. How are you? What's new? Fill me in. I love that because it even says more than I was just thinking about you. How are you? But what's new? Fill me in. I love that verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And she loves snail mail. Who else sends something in the mail or does something for your team or something that you would love someone to do for you? Let's just share some ideas really quick.
Well, I've started reaching out and asking people, what their health goals are, like actually trying to do the funnel thing to create the 3-month plan. So, which is good because I'm getting responses. And I will say that I'm a little bit overwhelmed because then I look up, like even with my mom, I had talked to you kind of about the hair loss. And so I was looking up the hormonal things. And there are like so many options of what, to give them. So any advice there, but so that's what I'm trying to do is kind of set them up with a plan. Basic things like sleep, I know how to do, but there are some things where I'm like, I'm not sure.
Okay. So reaching out to them and helping them with their health goals. This is really big, you guys. If we have a relationship with someone, we're going to have a good idea what their health goals are or why did they get in Young Living in the first place. So we want to follow up with that occasionally, right? We want to say, hey, I know that you enrolled in Young Living because of XYZ. How's that going? Where are you with that? Because we want to keep that part of the relationship open and vibrant and alive. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just not every conversation is going to be that way. But as we do that, and the funnel sheets, if you guys are familiar with Funnel Your Focus, Jordan Schrant has that little booklet that you can buy, which is amazing to keep up with your people. Now, some of you may have other ideas about how you do that, but what Karen was referring to, in case you don't know, is there are sheets that literally you fill out for every person in your downline, and you can make notes on there of what contact you've had, where you are with them, what are their likes, what do they not like, what is their health goal, and so you can kind of file those by the month or whatever works for you, and flip back through and be able to see kind of easily where they are, and it makes it easier for you to follow up. And if I just followed up with Karen and I filled out her funnel card or updated it, then I might put it to the back. And so when I get through the other, she's going to come back up to the top. Whatever form or fashion you'd like that to be, but that's one way that you can use that. Someone said I started sending them a text to let them know a package is coming. that it was sent, and did they receive it, to start a dialogue there and building the relationship. So I think that's a great idea, because a lot of us probably do send out like a welcome packet. And if we don't, I personally think it's a waste of our time and our money if we don't follow up on that welcome packet that we sent out. So we've made the investment to send them whatever we're sending, and then we either need to pick up the phone and call them or text them or something and say, hey, I put a package in the mail to you. Did you get it? Did you see whatever, right? And get some feedback on that. Yeah, she's wishing she would have done that a long time ago. So follow-up is crucial. So I would say to you guys, when you bought your Young Living kit, if nobody ever talked to you about it again, how would you feel? Not very good, right? We want to know that somebody's out there to help us and support us and be there for us, just like our friendships. So from this day forward, I want you to think about your Young Living team are your friends. And how am I going to treat my friends? Now, we have different levels of friends, don't we? Like, we have those friends that we tell our deepest, darkest secrets to. And then we have the friends that we go out and we have fun with, and, we laugh and joke and have a really great time. And we have those other friends that maybe we don't even talk to but 3 or 4 times a year, but we still have things in common, and we enjoy each other's company. So we have all different levels of friends, and we're going to have different levels of relationship within our Young Living organization. We're just not going to resonate on the same level with everyone. And that's okay, you guys. It's okay. And that's one of the reasons that I believe it's really important to connect them with the community of Young Living. Because if they don't totally resonate with me, then there'll be someone else in our Young Living community that they will resonate with. So even though I'm going to keep being in touch with them, they may find a cross line, an up line, a down line, somebody else that really does it for them.
Well, it's like, how many good friends do you have that were originally your friend's friend? You know what I mean? Like, I can remember when I was a kid, I was friends with Jeff, and I met John, and John became my best friend for life. That's just how it is. But we all have those people we met through our other friends that we're even more friends than the original friends were, either way. And it's the same thing in Young Living. If you can hook up some of your people with some cross-line people or some other people in other groups, and they hit it off, that's awesome. That's the good thing about Young Living business. If you're becoming, friends do this, Young Living or not, you become dot connectors. And so when somebody says, man, I need someone to help, I got a deck that I need a couple boards replaced, you gotta go, hey, my friend does decks, let me hook you up with them. And you're a dot connector. Or, man, I need a lawyer for forming a corporation. Here, my friend's a lawyer, check him out, And that's all we're doing is just dot connecting everybody. And when you're that dot connector, you become more valuable to all those people for a whole bunch of different reasons. But in our own way, as leaders of our own Young Living group, we got to be that dot connector for people with all kinds of things, not just what product do I use for this problem, or what product helps with this problem, or how do I do this with Young Living. You got to really want to help people, I think. That's me.
And really, at the end of the day, the more value we give, the more we're going to receive. And so I always just remind myself, am I bringing value to this person? Am I meeting some of their needs? I can't meet all of them, but am I meeting some of their needs? So again, expanding our sphere of influence, the more that we can connect people, the more that we can direct people to the roofer that they need, or the plumber that they need, or, the vaccination information that they need, the bigger our sphere of influence is going to be. And all of us, we do that in some form or fashion every single day anyway. So if we just become intentional and again, see our Young Living team as our friends that we're bringing value to, and we're connecting to them, that's all it takes, you guys. It's easy. It's really, truly
And
easy.
I've said it a whole bunch before because I really like Art Jonak, big network marketer, made millions, but very free with his information and forthcoming. In his business, his business plan, multimillionaire, right? His business plan is to make friends and help his friends. That's it. That's his business plan. And I
Well,
love
because
it.
then you never feel like you're selling anybody anything. You're just sewing into them. You're just helping better them.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And once I got a hold of that mindset, once I got past network marketing, selling stuff, making money, any of those kinds of things, I just was like, okay, I personally feel that this is my calling. This is my ministry. This is what God has intended for me to do. So why would I question that? There is so much value in sharing information with other people, whether it is about Young Living or anything else that they're in need of. Why would I make this funky? It's not about selling, like Sarah said. And you guys know something else? Let me take this a step further. We're building that relationship. And what about those people that we know that we're kind of comfortable with people who are sick, right? I mean, when I say that, what I mean is it's easier for us to share Young Living with somebody who's not well because we feel like we have some answers that will help them. But what about those families or those people who are financially sick?
The same thing. Like, financial stress is huge when you have it. And it can take the hope away from you just as a disease or an illness can. It can strip hope faster than anything when you think that you can't make it financially. Especially if you have a family or somebody depending on you.
So why wouldn't we freely share the opportunity for financial freedom with people?
Oh, I totally do.
And that's awesome, because why wouldn't we? And so many people get hung up on that again. And I want you to shift your thinking today to what we just said. It really stinks to be financially sick.
Yeah.
And most of us have been there one time or another. So we all know what the deal is.
Yeah, I don't want to go back.
No.
I don't know about any of you, but I don't want to go back.
No, and it's like I have a lot of friends, that are having babies and having to take time off from work. And I'm just like, am I even a friend if I don't let them know what they could be doing? No, like, hello. You want to stay at home with your kid? Cool. Look what you can do and make some money while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Or I have, peers that are graduating college. Sorry, my bird is like going off on me for talking. I have peers that are graduating college and are in between getting their business up and running. And I'm like, whoa, look at this. Like, this can totally help carry you. And they're always appreciative. They may not jump on board, but they're glad that I showed them. And it's planting a seed, just like it was if they were sick with something. Just introducing the idea, letting them know that it's there and what it looks like.
That's one of the things that we talk about with Richard Bliss is big on residual income, right? Residual income that comes in, and to have enough assets to have the residual income coming in. For example, you need $1 million of real estate to generate rental income of X, whatever that might be, okay? Well, how can somebody that's working 40-hour work week for somebody else on that salary afford to do that? And the answer is normally they can't. They have to save a little, save a little, save a little, save a little, then they can go buy whatever they want to buy. When you're working a real job, a regular job, and then you start network marketing, well, I don't care if it's Young Living or not, you can build a little residual income there, but that residual income can allow you the opportunity to start another business, which is what you're trying to do, or buy that real estate or whatever else. So besides your job, you're just that residual income from a network marketing company is going to let you do some other things to be that, the means to an end. It's not going to be the end. Young Living for us is the end, I think. for the most part. We're sure more streams of income, we bought a condo and things like that. But I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, we can all do it, and anybody can. I'm telling you, she's smart, but she's not that smart. But we can all do it. She's
Take a
smiling.
lot of sideways
Becky's
looks,
giving me
okay?
your eyes. She's happy and you're mad. But no, she knows what I mean, though. Because we all can. Everybody can do. Anybody on here and anybody you know can do
That's
it too.
right.
Yeah, and so I am total proof that you do not have to be an extrovert to be successful in Young Living, because if you did, I would not be sitting here today. Just would not happen. So what I challenge all of you to do is, now that you're shifting that mindset, when you get off of this call, go write down what we just talked about and what a relationship looks like, so that you can pin it up somewhere on your mirror, on your bulletin board, whatever you've got where you can see it. And every time you start to think about, finding new prospects in Young Living, or connecting with the people who are already in my downline. And I'm not talking about just people who you enrolled. There are other people hopefully enrolling or will be enrolling under you that you don't know, and you're going to reach out and make relationships with as many of those as possible, right? We're bringing value to as many people as we can. So I want you to write that down. So on those days when it feels like, oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm going to find another person to talk to, you can read that and go, oh, it's just making another friend. It's just bringing value to one more person this week. Okay, that's all it is. And let's just break it down into one step at a time, one person at a time, and not look at, oh, I've got to go enroll 50 people in the next 3 months. No. One person, we're going to make a new friend, a new contact this week. One person. So I want you to write that down. And then I want you to intentionally begin to have your body language be open. You're looking up, you're making eye contact, you're smiling at people, and you're just bringing value to them. That's all you have to do, is just bring value. And the rest will happen organically. I promise you. And so then, as far as moving into how do I support the people that are already in my downline, that are already on my team, begin reaching out to them. Like some of these ladies are already talking about doing that so beautifully. Just reach out to them with a text, with a handwritten card. If you've got, I don't even care what size your team is, write 10 cards a day, write 5 cards a day.
One card a day.
And just start somewhere. And let them know, I'm thinking about you. I value you. Or send them, some of you have heard me say this before, one of the most appreciated things, as silly as it's going to sound, that I've sent out to a huge number of people on my team was a sheet of labels for the bottle tops of their essential oils.
Yes.
It's inexpensive to you. It was snail mail with a handwritten card that says, I love these. They make my life easier every single day. I hope you love them too. I got so many pictures, so many, with them putting them on their oils, so many thank yous.
It's crazy.
It was, and it was simple. It took me a long time to write all those cards, you guys. I didn't put them all in the mail at once, but I mailed those out to hundreds of people.
Maybe more than that.
And so there are so many things that we can do, and it just says, I see you.
Yep.
I appreciate you. I know that you're there. And begin to think about how would I feel if someone sent something to me? What would I like? And what if I'm in somebody's Young Living downline somewhere and I never hear from them? Do I feel valued? Do I feel seen?
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Here's another idea for you, and this is something that I think we all fall into. We're all building a business. We all have a group, right? Generally, some percentage are on Essential Rewards and buying stuff every month. Then we have the majority, or more than half, are generally not buying every month. Okay, and we look at who's going to go inactive and who's not ordering. How do I get somebody that's 0 PV to order something? And we spend a lot of time over there with the people that aren't ordering, and we forget about the people that are just buying product every month, not the builders. We usually pay attention to the builders. People that are enrolling people, we pay attention to them. We pay attention to the people that aren't doing anything. But the people we're making the money on that are ordering every month are the people a lot of times we forget about. So don't lose track. Spread it around, spread the love around. Don't get stuck on the zero PV and the inactives in your business builders and forget about the person that every month for the last 3 years has bought $50 worth of stuff. And you made $2, so times 12,
But they need to
times
be
30,
valued.
times 60, you made $180 off them since they enrolled. They're as important or more important than the people that haven't enrolled, that haven't done anything, right?
Yes.
So don't forget those people. That's all I really had to say.
I just sent a happy mail package to one of my ladies. She's been with me almost from the beginning since I was in it. And I just sent her a bunch of skincare brochures and the Savvy booklets that talks about, hang on.
Just to get a couple shows.
So I sent these, and this little book is awesome, and this, just something fun because I know she's ordering a lot. I know, from me teaching her, she knows supplements and oils and all of that, and she loves skincare and all that stuff, and these are just fun. So I sent her those, and in the past I've done chemical-free home stuff to people who are already ordering, just to help them to get more creative about what they are ordering. And they always love it. You think that you're really sending them something expensive.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it. I think a lot of it is just that they're glad that they were thought of.
Yep.
And just simple connections.
Yep.
It's like
That's it.
network marketing is simple. It's just not always easy.
That's it. So you guys are amazing. All of you are amazing. Becky, you have something?
I just want to ask Sarah, did you get those books from Life Science Publishing?
Yes, I kind of jump around everywhere when I order. But yes, I think they all came from Life Science.
Okay. Thanks.
And I think some of the Savvy stuff may come from Oil Supply.
Oil Supply, okay.
I'm not sure. You can look on the back of them, Sarah. or
Yeah,
whatever.
these are Life Science. This one is Life Science. And
Okay.
then this one
Okay.
is Life Science. And this is cool too.
Yeah, I have a lot of people ask me about the Savvy, so.
Yeah. Well, it's just neat because it tells them about the chemicals and it tells them about, Melissa Peppings, why she did it, and then Young Living's why they picked it up and all this, and it just brings value to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Welcome.